phone over there?
Peace to the God. All right, family. Good evening. I'm gonna let everybody come into the room. We have a very special show program tonight. Gonna bring in our special guest for the evening. Peace,
Peace, somebody.
peace, Almighty. What's good with you, man?
Red. All is well, beloved.
That's right.
Yes,
Wellness.
sir. Wellness salute, man. How's mom and the fam? KT,
Everybody's
mom,
great.
brother. Yes.
Everybody's wonderful. Yes,
Hey,
indeed.
wellness salute. Yes,
How's
yes.
the family on your side?
Growth and development. Yes.
Yes. I see you on the west side glowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tapping into that
Tapping
west
into
side
that
vibe.
west. Yeah. Last time I was out there, I think it was around the time of Nipsey's untimely demise.
Ascension. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that was an experience. That was a spiritual experience, man.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
the whole
Yeah, you and your brother got to tap in with some of the family out in the '60s hood, right? I saw some footage out there. Yeah.
we were staying on Vernon, I think.
Okay.
And we was in walking distance. We got to meet Mama Angelique. It was definitely it was a journey. It was a journey. And the mysticism of the West is different
Yeah.
than the mysticism of the East.
Yeah.
So all kind of things were going on. Doors were opening.
Mm.
I bumped into Mama.
Yeah.
You know,
I should. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Simply wholesome. I believe that was the store.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Hey,
so,
mom's she's bi-coastal now, Red. She's out there.
yeah, I already
Yeah.
know.
Okay. Yeah.
Tapped in. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Tapped in. When I saw her, she told me, she was like, "Yeah, this is it right here."
Yeah.
So, love is love, man.
Love
It's
is love.
always good seeing you. We last got up when we just did a webinar together.
Yes, me and you in the Mighty Professor.
And the Mighty Professor. Shout out to Professor Griff.
Yes.
Remind me, were we going through COVID during that?
Yeah, we was in the midst of it. We pulled that off right in it.
Wow. Okay.
We did it. You and professors pulled up. Yo, we need to go right back into the Fear the Black Panther. Then we just did it. You pulled the trigger.
Right.
I said, all right. We had a 14-day vibe. We all fellowship. You said we got up on another ledge. We got up on his joint and we got up on our joint. And we made it happen. Yeah.
Because there's two realities for all of us in 2020. There's post-COVID.
Yeah.
And there's pre-COVID.
Yeah.
They call it BC. You know what I mean? So I try to figure out if this was BC.
No, we did it. Yeah, I think you hit me up. We did it either in May, or the middle of June. It was right between that that vortex. So we in the middle of the chaos of it. Yeah. When you pulled up and said, "Yo, we need to do this now."
Yo, yeah. Look at the title, Fear of a Black Planet.
Come on.
Then when you look at it in hindsight, from where we're standing right now, it's like, okay, all right, I could understand the fear better now, because not only is there, you know what I'm saying, not only is there a fear, but with this political climate, with the fact that our people sometimes go to sleep very fast.
Wow.
The climate that we were in when we were talking about the fear is not the same climate of right now.
Right.
The elected administration, when you say Black Planet, our people would be like, what?
Yeah.
Why?
Wow.
We don't need that.
Camera B, did you peep, because I know you and your brother be on it, did you peep Obama's build with the press? I wanted to get your build on that, because I know you know how to read nuances. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people hear things on the surface, and one thing that I love about you and Blue is that your listen where y'all listen to the nuances, which is, I always say, that's where the metaphysics lies, in the nuance, in the pocket.
True indeed.
So yeah, did you peep anything that stood out?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, first and foremost, you know, I had pointed this out when I was doing an interview with Lord Jamar recently, and I
Yeah,
was
good look. That's a good look. Yeah, shout out
yeah,
to
I was
God.
criticizing Vlad,
Great bill.
and I was saying that what I've noticed is that they'll pair two people who are not they'll pair up an unqualified person with qualified questions,
Wow.
and you know, it's very facetious,
Mm.
you know, because on Vlad's platform, it's almost like the equivalent of like reality TV. You know, he's bringing on gangbangers and he's asking them, "What do you think about holistic health?" And we know what's going to come from that.
Right.
So when you bring
Great.
Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club, and they are tasked to do an interview with Barack Obama, he cannot take them serious. He's not entitled to take them serious. Why? Because any given day when he tunes into the Breakfast Club, he understands what he's dealing with. He knows the frequency that the Breakfast Club represents. So it's like, how dare you try to get serious with me? That's not what you guys are about. You know, you are entertainment. So at a time like this, when the nation or when our people want to hear from, you know, Barack Hussein Obama, to get some type of seriousness from him or some type of, you know, qualified answers to questions that we have as a people going forward,
Yeah.
you know, I didn't feel like he felt obligated to give Charlemagne and Envy and Angela Yee, you know, a qualified answer. So when he was asked the question about what did he do for Black America, it was this type of, here we go again. You know, he appeared like he was stumped, but it was impossible that he would to be stumped because, you know, if anybody knows anything about interviews with Barack Obama, you're gonna forward the questions before he even gets up there.
Oh yeah.
You're not gonna just surprise him.
Right.
And even with his you know, even though he knew what may have been asked of him, he did not have an answer. You
Absolutely.
know,
He
and not
filibustered
only
that
did
whole. He freestyled that whole.
oh, he winged it. Yeah, you know, he was. You know how they got the
He did the
battle
mumble rap.
rappers?
He was mumble rapping.
He was mumble rapping a rebuttal during a URL smack battle. You know when somebody, you know, when they have round two, and then somebody might have scorched you in round
He
one.
did it. Yeah, that's
Yeah, he was doing a rebuttal, and it was
and
a
you know
bad
how he
rebuttal.
did it, bro? Yo, Red. He did a rebuttal almost like, and y'all niggas hold that, but he did it in an arrogant way, like yeah, and
Right. And you know what I heard, SupaNova? He threw out in like the first 3 sentences, he threw out hope, right? Because that's what he ran.
that was his right.
Right. And hope is a trigger. You know what I'm talking about? He
Right.
branded hope more than he did change and the other one. I don't even remember the other one. I know
Yeah, it was change, it was hope. Was it belief? Believe or no, I believe.
it was. I'm gonna remember somebody in the chat. You'll be able to drop it. I know I made a gazillion dollars selling Hope T-shirts. You know what I'm talking about?
Yo, and you know what? That hope is just a serious thing. Because remember, in the crack cocaine era, that's what Jesse Jackson was on. He was on that hope.
He was on that hope. You know, yes, we can.
And brothers and sisters was on that dope, trying to get hope.
That's right, because hope is an opiate.
That's an opiate. Facts.
It's a hopiate. It was explained to us by a scholar named Paul during, I think it was like '09, and he broke it down, and he broke it down like in '07, and I was offended because I was underneath the opiate of hope.
Of hope. Wow.
That hopium, you know, I think Black Doc coined that phrase, and I was like, so hope is basically something that you have to be responsible to it's something that it's an individual type of thing. You know, you had hope that you were going to accomplish something in the gym today. How did that work out for you?
Right.
Oh, well, I gave it my best, but I'm going back tomorrow with more hope. And if anybody remembers this, the emotional or the mental sentiment of Barack Hussein Obama's presidency, what the day after he had got elected, after we were on this emotional high, everything crashed. Yes, we can is the other slogan.
Yes, we can. We go. Yes, we can.
And it's like, yes, we can. What?
Have hope.
So yeah, yes, we can. It's so open ended.
It's open. Right.
So
right.
The social engineers that came up with these slogans are somewhat genius.
Wow.
The linguistics of it. The linguist. Is it Is it NLP? Non-linguistic programming.
It comes out of MIT.
It comes out of MIT.
Woo! So it's a science.
Noam Chomsky and them.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Noam Chomsky and all of these linguists who are able to craft something very, 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 you know.
Hey, Red, did you peep Social Dilemma? Because I think they was mentioning what you were saying in that.
I surely did peep Social Dilemma. It you know, it blew my braids back. I was like, what really struck me was the digital twins. The aspect of a digital twin.
Crazy.
Aspect of, we are highly invested in social media, and we are on platforms that were created by neurologists, right?
Wow.
My guy Zuckerberg, when he was in Harvard, he was studying the human brain, and he was studying human behavior. And what these people have been able to do, because remember, Barack Hussein was the digital president. He was the one who ushered in social media.
Wow, that's right. Come on,
right,
right, brother.
We were dealing with Web 2.0. No, we were dealing with Web 1.0. He was able to usher in, I think, 2.0 or 3.0. I'm not 100% sure.
He was right when he was doing that, Red. That's when Soulja Boy totally changed. He brought in the digital flow. He brought in that algorithm. Right?
You're absolutely correct.
Soulja Boy was, it was almost like Soulja Boy was the
precursor.
Right. Because
he was remember,
harbinger. Yeah, brother. Yeah.
He was the harbinger. I remember clearly. I was at J Records. I was interning, for better or worse. I was interning at Polo Ground Records. Right. This was
Polo Ground was a subsidiary of
J Records. 745 Fifth Avenue was the building right next to Bergdorf. Right. And I was interning. I got linked back up with I used to work for TVT, working with Pitbull.
Wow, TVT, right.
And then Brian Leach, who was the head of TVT, he now founded Polo Grounds. Their first artist was Hurricane Chris with A Baby.
Remember Hurricane Chris? Hey, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
So they brought me in to do merch.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, they brought me in to do merch because of the clothing and everything.
Nice.
And I remember the fear in the office because they would bring the BDS and they would bring all of the printouts because they're very data oriented.
Right.
And they were like, yo, this dude Soulja Boy, because he was being managed by what's the dude? Is it Smurf? It's Collie Park.
Collie Park. Oh, Collie Park was managing him. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Collie Park was bringing him in. Wow. But the labels were afraid of him because he was representing an anomaly. He was part of the digital surge that they were not ready.
It was serious. It was serious, bro.
Yeah, they were not.
They were not prepared.
The language. They didn't know the lexicon. They did not know how to pivot. And one of the artists that got washed up in that was Hurricane Chris. They knew that the minute Soulja Boy hit 106 in Park, it was over.
It was over.
You know what I mean? Wow. So that was in 07, like you said.
07,
Yeah. And then right after that, we get this historic run with Barack Hussein Obama that basically charged up the black nation or black people.
I remember that. Or
just, no, not even us. He charged up. Remember, he was bringing all races together.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
you're right. He was
intersectionality.
You're Red. You know what was crazy, bro? When he did his tour, remember, he was one of the few presidents that toured globally, outside America, doing his campaign. He toured Europe. he was selling out stadiums.
Stadiums.
Just talking. Like a
Right.
rock star, but just talking. It was just the wildest thing. They didn't see nothing like that.
Never.
It's like you said, the hopium. He was really doing that hopium, the global hopium.
The opium that I've never seen since that day. They did good with that one.
Now, would you say that Trump has that for his lane? That took that sample, did that sample? Did you think he sampled that to his beat for his demographic? Would you say he sampled that for his 16, Hot 16, for his audience?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the person who groomed him is called Norman Peale.
Mm.
And if you ever been on 29th Street, right? And I think it's right off of Broadway. There's a church that's right on 5th Avenue. I believe it's 5th and 29th. That's Norman Peale's church.
Oh, wow.
Norman Peale put out a bunch of books, and he dealt with the power of positive thinking. He is like he's like Napoleon Hill's student. And Norman Peale was Fred Trump's pastor and whatnot. That's who Trump basically was getting groomed by. And then he got groomed by another mobster. I think his name was Cone, right? So being that he comes from wealth, he's been in this position not just to run for president, but he was already in the position to deal with the power of being an orator and never conceding, right? The power of the power of positive thinking. The fact that he would be up against all odds. Like everything is going to be all right. You know, he's not acknowledging the fact that he's in hot water. He's not succumbing to anything. So, yeah. And keep in mind, he was Obama's quote unquote, I don't want to say doppelganger. He was Obama's.
So you talking about Trump's mentor was for that?
No, I'm talking about Trump.
Oh, okay, Trump.
Trump was Obama's nemesis because he was the one that was behind the birther thing.
Right. He was promoting that hard body,
right?
Yeah.
So he's promoting the birther thing. He's almost like his troll.
He's this troll. He was the troll. He was the troll.
And then he's his arch nemesis. And then he utilizes what? He utilizes the Twitter platform, coming off of what Barack Hussein Obama does with the internet and with social media. What does he do? He keeps it moving, and then he finds out that he has a base that he appeals to. That base was coming out of 4chan. That base was coming out of Reddit. That base was coming out of the quote unquote the segment of Europeans who were, feeling somewhat fearful.
Oppressed.
Okay. Remember, there was a march or Washington, D.C. It was on September the 12th, I believe. I forgot what year. It might have been 07. This is when I knew that, no, this was not 07. This was right around the time of Obama's first term.
Okay, in that first 4 years?
The Europeans came out super deep. Remember the Tea Party, right?
Remember the Tea Party? I remember that.
Right.
Yeah, remember
so
that.
He tapped into that sentiment right there, and he was able to tap into that base. And he was able to pitch to that base, doing the opposite of what Homeboy was doing when he was presenting people with this unification or unifying type of message. The Trump was about doing what? Separation. Right? He was dealing with separation. He was like us and never them. Okay? So when you look at the negative birth rate of the European male, in certain places like the Appalachians and other places in America and whatnot, he began to understand the sentiments that they were dealing with. Remember, the negative birth rate and the increased mortality rate of the European man personally, and the suicide rate amongst his women was skyrocketing underneath Obama. But they were dying from deaths of despair. They were dying from opiate addiction. They were dying from alcoholism. And they were dying of many different liver and all kinds of, their hearts were failing them. What was that a result of? That was a result of them saying that the country failed them. White women have failed them. The ideals of the American dreams have failed them. this was a big thing, but it was hidden from
Red,
the.
real quick, beloved, can I caveat that
Of
white
course,
women have failed them? So, white women majorly voted for Trump,
right,
right?
right,
And I've just found out white women historically mainly vote Republican anyway. So,
right.
with that being said, how holistically, how does that weigh with the white man based upon that? So is it a false support, or is it? So I'm thinking, and you can speak to it. They would support Amin Ra internally, the white
Right,
man, because it benefits intergenerational, right? One
right,
of the arguments that I heard read was that the white man has been demonized overtly about, let's say, transatlantic slave trade here, but it
right,
was really the white women that maintained it, because when the white dudes were in war, they were getting killed off, and then the white women inherited it. But the
right,
white man has been the boogeyman externally, holding the weight for oppression, but it's really the white women who
right.
maintain the oppression. Hence, how we look at why a Trump or Republicans would be voted by for them. You ever heard anything about
I
that, or
mean,
you have any
I
thoughts around that?
definitely would love to add on to that.
Yeah.
Let's just unpack this thing real quick. Now, people think because European women chase black phalluses or they're into melanated men, that means that they want to be Republicans or liberals, and that's not the case. They would rather sit on top of, your throne underneath the Republican government. You understand? To maintain what is known as white supremacy, or maintain the systems that were put in place by their fathers and by their husbands and by their brothers and whatnot and by their uncles, to do what? To allow them to do what? To feed off of the fruits and labors of us. To do what? To inherit the most beautifulest parts of the Americas. And I speak of North America, I speak of South America, I speak of Central and the Caribbean islands. And the white European women's memory is still intact because they remember the Salem witch trials. They remember the Reconquista and the
Whoa.
Inquisition. They remember that they were put to the stake when
Woo!
they
Come on.
crossed their own man.
Bro, wait,
Real
bro.
talk.
Beloved, you unpacking the unpacking.
That's right. And they speak of women's suffrage, and we have to always keep in mind that there were many wars that were started, especially the war that kicked off in Europe called the Reconquista and the Inquisition, and that was about taking back, reconquering what? Reconquering your woman from the men who were called the Muslims or the Muslims in Europe and whatnot. There was ushering in what is known as the Dark Ages. And the Dark Ages is twofold. The Dark Ages was the darkening of Europe, and fast forward today, you have the browning of America. Okay, so every single white supremacist group, when you go and you read, you know how they would like read the mission statement of BLM. Well, shit, go and read the mission statement of the Proud Boys. Go and read the mission statement of the alt-right. Go and read the mission statement of every single organization. Go and read what they call the 14 words. In the 14 words, every single organization, even when you read the manifesto of Dylan Roof, when you read the manifesto of the mass murderer in Norway, when you read every single one of their manifestos, they're speaking about preserving the European race. They're speaking about keeping that goddamn Becky inside of her cave. Okay, because she's unruly. She's the one that they got to put a leash on because she was fucking up the legacy and the genetics by chasing these niggas. Okay, when you go into the South, when you look at the lynchings that took place, they were hanging rich niggas. Do you know that, right? They called them uppity Negroes. The majority of the people that were being lynched were business owners, land owners, and niggas that were swinging their motherfucking third leg all around the South. You know what I'm talking about? So what were they doing? They were publicly, I'm in Atlanta. It was told to me, SupaNova, on Monday. It blew my head. It was told to me by a sister who linked up with a European, right? Who she said is a white supremacist. And she said this European told her that Stone Mountain historically was the home of the Olmecs. And it was not the Yucatan Peninsula. And she said the European told her that Atlanta is Atlantis. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, it's not really. She was like, they found Kemetic artifacts in Stone Mountain. There's places in Stone Mountain that you cannot go to. The Georgia the Georgia mountains was where the first gold rush took place in America. It was not the West Coast. It was in Georgia. Okay.
Wow.
So you got Georgia, Tennessee, and the Carolinas and Florida. Those were always coveted by the conquistador and the quote unquote the planters and the traders. That's the European and whatnot, because they were always after our richness. They were after our land. They were after our artifacts. They were after these grids and whatnot. Bankhead. They call Bankhead high. You know, niggas be saying Bankhead, Bankhead. Bankhead was the European who was responsible for creating highways and putting them through all of the mounds and whatnot. He was the one who destroyed the mound structures around America. And niggas is out here dying for Bankhead, right?
Whoa, come on.
So I'm like, wow. And this is all right underneath our nose. And then you would wonder why the KKK launched the second iteration of the Ku Klux Klan on top of Stone Mountain. And it's always the movie Birth of a Nation. What are they rescuing? The white woman from these niggas.
Wow. Wow.
So this summer, we saw the rise of Black Lives Matter, where they put black cadavers on the front line once again with a hashtag attached to their neck and also a PayPal button. So they raised millions of dollars off of the dead. Did they ever say we're going to do an ancestor ritual for them? Did they ever say that we're going to speak to them? Did these three witches from Black Lives Matter, did they ever say that we're going to go ahead and talk to George? They don't know George before he died. They don't know George Floyd. They didn't know they didn't know Trayvon. They didn't know none of these people before they made their untimely demise. Yet and still, they became the authority. They became the authority to speak for them.
Wow.
But they didn't do. I'm saying that the real justice was never really done. They created murals. The best thing that we got out of that whole thing was murals on the sidewalk. I would ask you, my good brother.
Red, I'm sorry, beloved. A sister's saying, talking to you, she's saying, so you awoke God gonna keep undergrading their agenda by utilizing the term white supremacy. You want to speak to that, beloved?
Right. I'm glad she's probably one of my students, because I've gone on record for years and I've said there's no such thing as white supremacy. I help bring white fragility into the lexicon of, you know, the community. And what I said was it's white inferiority complex. And I'm glad that she threw that out there, because I have to clear up my lexicon. It's, you know, etymology matters. You know, they say I would say that etymology matters. You know, if we understand who we are, we will be able to utilize the correct, if we understand etymology, if we understand the power beneath the words, if we understand, you know, what the words are spells, then we would use them wisely. I'm not going to affirm superiority underneath a colorable term of a people that don't even exist. So sis, thank you for that. Because there's no such thing as white people, first of all, and there's no such thing as white supremacy. Why do you say that, Red Pill? Because in the 1800s, when you do your research, they were not referring to themselves as white. When you do your research, the people that they call the Irish were not even they were not even absorbed into the white fold, and neither were the Italians. So what the hell were they?
So Red, just for sake of mainstream pop culture argument, bridging from the consciousness to the mainstream, what would be a politically correct way to address that tribe? That.
Thank you for that. There was a brother named Lord Merck L. Cannon. He was a Moor, and he became famous a few years ago on social media. He would walk up to people and say, "What's your nationality?" Right? He went viral doing it. So my thing would be to identify them by their nationality, okay? Not white man. You know, we calling Chinese people the China man. Well, that's the Italian man. That's the Irish man. That's the German, okay?
Well, would there be, okay, so with that being said, so those are many different tribes coming together under the, right? So is there uniform, I guess all of these Germanic tribes formed a body called white.
Right.
Right?
They formed, yes, exactly. They were tribes that formed nation states, and nation states that formed this quote unquote status called white. Now, you
Red,
know,
I hold your point, beloved. I want to just, I have to, it would be remiss of me if I did not do our commercial, because there's a reason why I'm here with my beloved brother. I
right,
like, you know, me and you can get in the download. I want to make sure I keep it in my eye. Family, 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 family. Now that Red has opened the way, he opened your minds up. We want to let you know what we have going on in the upcoming week. We have, and Red can talk about it while I show it on the screen. This is Elevation,
yeah,
okay? Our beloved brother Araje, brother Araje Neferatun, myself, Red Pill, Blue Pill, brother Billionaire PA, sister Karma
um,
Soul, sister Rain. We are all participating in a intertribal holistic wellness retreat in Puerto Rico with our Boricua family, our native family. And this is very important because, see, what Red is talking about, we need to be fellowshipping together with all the medicine men and women and giving them tools on how to further navigate this chaos. So, you know, we want to invite you all to Elevation. For those that really want to come in, we want to invite you to Eventbrite, as I'm showing the information right here. You can go to Eventbrite and you can tap in. Right here in the search bar, Eventbrite, right? Elevation Boot Camp for Holistic Healers and
right,
Entrepreneurs. So this is for all of our holistic entrepreneurs and brothers and sisters that are really into doing business with wellness and just want to be charged and encouraged by other brothers and sisters who are in the wellness space, like the Red Pill and Blue Pill, Sister Rain, Karma Soul, brother Billionaire PA, myself. We are stewards of service, of
right.
wellness service, and we are fellowshipping up. We are the Avengers of wellness, so we're forming up
To
in
be
the Marvel
formed,
universe to be marvelous and bring y'all tools of encouragement so you all can continue to navigate at the high level. Red, can you speak about you know, just overall, you know, the importance of elevation and just your channel on it and giving the brothers this a charge about this event?
right. Okay, thank you for that question, my good brother. First and foremost, I've pinned the destination right there in the chat for everybody that's viewing this. You could see the chat. I've pinned elevation.eventbrite. And you know, one of the things that we see coming up on the horizon is that, you know, 2021 is going to be, you know, coronavirus or COVID-19 part 2. They're starting a lockdown December 1st in New York City, right? The
Hey,
Empire
Red, they already
State.
started it in Jersey today.
They started it to
Yo,
enjoy.
Red, real quick, beloved. Yo, I'm around the corner. I get my hair cleaned by the Dominican brothers.
Right.
Yo, the pigs came up in there, Red.
Are you serious?
Red, in the middle of my shave. They was like, where's your? They had the whole squad. They had, it was called some type of certification. It was like a whole other
Right.
unit.
A
They
whole
came with
unit.
mask, Red, with their badges out. It was like the Dominican brothers started speaking in Spanish on purpose because they knew they were black. So they was like asking for all of these things, and they were trying to shut down the barber shop. And the barber told me, he was like, yo, he's like, Nova, they shutting us down. He said, so if you want your cut, text me, and then you know you come to the house.
Right.
So
Right.
he said, yeah, tonight they shut down all the barber shops on the strip, Red. I didn't
Right.
want to cut your wisdom. I just want to let you know.
Nah, not
They
at
started
all.
tonight.
Nah, you
Yeah,
added on because this is something that we all need to be aware of, King,
yeah.
because it's time to pivot. So for the holistic entrepreneurs amongst us, like the God just said, the Avengers are coming together so we can avenge ourselves. And we'll have to form Voltron once again,
Ashe.
going through, this is not even COVID-19, this is COVID-20, like
Woo!
somebody in the chat said. I'm under the understanding that this is going to be a new strain.
Oh
This
man,
is not going to be something that we could just hula hoop and mosey our way and tippy toe through the tulips this time around.
come on.
It's the Matrix. So it's 2.0.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
absolutely.
And now we're going to have the opportunity from December 12th going into the 13th. But I believe I spoke to
Roger,
yeah,
he was telling me your plan, how you
yeah.
he told me your Professor X projection.
Well, he
Yeah,
even
yeah,
said
yeah,
he
yeah.
even said that he's thinking about extending it because of the fact that we're almost sold out
Right,
for the tickets of this event. He said, you know what, I might extend it to the 15th.
right.
And I was like,
But for
shoot.
that following week, right, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I think we should extend it a little more days because the extent of what it is that I want to do personally on
Right.
Puerto Rico, I
Yeah.
want to do a whole day in the rainforest so we could bring some healing to the healers.
Come on.
Because although we're holistic entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
we've been absorbing a lot of sickness. We've been absorbing a lot of people's fear. We've been absorbing a lot of people's anxiety over the last year and whatnot.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
how are we going to be able to cleanse ourselves? When do we cleanse ourselves? Was it this summer? I'm one to say that if you have not gone in nature, I don't know if you could cleanse yourself fully in a city and whatnot. You got to ground yourself. You got to be in the ocean. You should be surrounded by, you should have plant-based medicines in your system while around plants.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? With the intent of healing, with the intent of throwing up some stuff, regurgitating some of
Hey,
that.
Red, I have somebody said something in the comment real quick, beloved. They
Yes.
said, a sister, hi, I am Beauty says, I'll be coming with self. Can somebody meet me at the airport? Can we direct her to somebody that may know that information?
Yes, yes, indeed. If she could hit either one of us on our inbox, or we would be able to facilitate that. We are going to be in San Juan. For the queens that are coming out there by themselves and they're new to this island, you should never worry. Don't worry about that. We'll handle that. We'll make sure accommodations are met to whereas you'll be able to be accompanied. Now, I know that the way that the tickets are set up, there's a tier system. There's tickets that are available where you'll be able to get an Airbnb that's going to be part of the group. And then there's also an option where you'll be able to find your own lodging and whatnot. So go to the Eventbrite and check it out. But we will accommodate the brothers and sisters, well, mainly the sisters and whatnot. And we'll make sure that you are met at the airport and you're good.
Also, Red, Queen More Life says, I haven't received info for hotel, etc. So should we direct her to also Araje?
Araje Nephirim, I believe. Yes.
Nephirim too. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, indeed. So the good thing about PR is that it's in the U.S. and they're not dealing with these COVID swabs and whatnot. They're not, they're not dealing with all of the madness, that may take place in January after Biden comes in when he does the mandatory vax or the mandatory COVID testing and whatnot. We're going to beat that through by going through the window. But one of the most important reasons why we're going to Puerto Rico is because a week later. Now, while we're there, we're going to witness a solar eclipse, right? But a week later is going to be one of the most a great conjunction is what they're calling it. The great conjunction is going to be on December 21st. I highly recommend that everybody on this live go to your Google and go and research that. Go and find out what the great conjunction is about, okay? And you would want to be either charged up with some sun and some information and some love before that conjunction takes place, or you're going to want to be on one of those grids, right? You're going to want to be on a grid where you can feel the charge. You could be able to tap in to the quote unquote, the ley lines, the energy grid. You're going to be able to feel the shift that's about to take place on the 24th, 21st, being heavy meditation, fast. We'll introduce you to plant medicine when you come to Puerto Rico. You'll be able to tap into that. Like get your super mega greens. Just be on your dean for the whole month of December. Don't wait a week before. Be on that shit because it's not how you start the race, it's how you finish it. So 2020 has been a monumental year for many different reasons for many people. So you want to end it with a bang. And the cosmos and the galaxy and the ancestors are conspiring for our success. So they've set up all of these beautiful alignments. You know, they've set up all of these beautiful alignments. And one of the most beautiful alignments that they set up was the December 21st conjunction. And we're going to tap into that. But on this journey, on this retreat, we're dealing with business. We're dealing with holistic entrepreneurship. We're dealing with the fact that we now can make a living, right? Both collectively and as individuals, being ourselves. You know what I mean? Being, you know, tapping into our passion. I'm going to teach about the passion economy, how to strive and survive during the passion economy.
Woo,
not just post-COVID and forever, until the newer economy that comes about. Because prior to the passion economy, it was the gig economy, where telling a person, yo, you could work for Uber and you could rent your apartment out for Airbnb. There was a time when nobody knew about that, and that was revolutionary. And that was something that was like information that you needed to know. But now we're in the passion economy, and there's so many things that I need to tell the people and I want to share with the family. So when y'all come to Puerto Rico, you know, we're going to have our chicletas on. We're going to be sipping on some super mega greens. You know, we're going to be in that sun. Lizards running across our feet, and we're going to be talking that talk.
That's right, brother. That's right. And just to add on to what our beloved brother Red is talking about, you're going to learn all the tools you need to be a strong holistic healer and start a growth, successful, holistic-based business, okay? So even if you're already popping out here, you know, Red mentioned something really powerful. He was saying that, you know, doing activities to charge the healers, you know, and rejuvenate the healers. So even if, you know, you are know-it-all, you still need your healing, you know, and we want to pour into the know-it-alls too, and to charge you so you can continue to get out here and do what you need to do, right? And so Red spoke about the Rainforest Tour. So that's the Rainforest Tour that's included. This is located in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Okay, so there's a sacred ceremony that will be going on. We'll be doing the yoga healing, energy healing in the sound bath. You know, the workshops based upon the detoxing from financial stagnation, accountability protocols for self-mastery. That's one of the modalities I'll be bringing in, because a lot of times, Red, you know, me doing the work I've been doing all these years is, you know, a lot of times, a lot of the healers, you know, we get so caught up in service externally, we forget how to do our daily maintenance internally to strengthen ourselves so we can be of continuous service to others. And that's why I think it's important. That's why I'm going to be, you know, talking about, you know, the accountability protocols of self-mastery, just to remind the healers, you know, just if you apply certain basic, simple tenets daily, you can strengthen yourself so you continue to be of service to others in your healing works. So
because if the Tesla breaks down, you're not going to be able to ride.
Right.
This is the most important machine right here, especially if you're an entrepreneur. You know, that your temple, you know what I'm saying? Not the job that you go to when you're in corporate. You know, when you work for yourself, you are corporate.
Right. Come on.
You know, you become corporate, you know. So the maintenance of corporate, you got to get the massages, fellas, brothers. I got a hand massage on Monday by a sister, and I mean, I felt it in my feet.
Can you tell us about that experience? I think brothers need to hear brothers speak about that. That nurturing is, how important is it to nurture yourself? How was that experience, brother?
Man, I didn't know what I was in for. You know, sister by the name of Sage at Melanin Monday, she works with us, and she's been telling me over the weeks that she has, you know, the Reiki healing and whatnot. Her name is Organic Sage. Shout out to Secret in the building.
Yeah, I see it.
And matter of fact, I'm gonna speak about the massage therapy, the massage session that Secret brought me to in the West End. But the hand massage that she gave it to me, and she was able to deal with all of the energy centers in my hand.
All the meridians,
all the meridians in my hand. And when she was massaging them and she was dealing with the, you know, just certain type of pressure, I promise you, I was feeling it in my feet. Because she was like, I want to do your feet. And I was like, not right now, sis. Not right now. Not right now. We're not doing the feet right now. You know, but prior to that, the day before that, I went, me and Blue Pill and 19 Keys and about 300 other brothers and sisters.
Wow.
We were on sovereign land right outside of Atlanta, and we were doing a whole healing meditation circle. I had my feet in cold, like in sand. My daughter was covering it up with sand and whatnot, and I did a breathing exercise. It was like a few hundred of us breathing at the same time with my feet grounded deep in the sand with the stream, the water stream right behind me. The water was icy cold, but it felt so good. So I was like, and then about a few months ago, about 2 months ago, I went to get a massage in the West End by a sister who put me through an experience where it was a 60-minute process. By minute 55, I was not in that room, bro.
Wow.
She hit the goddamn gong. She had the gong set up.
She had the sound healing.
She had the sound healing. She put the singing bowl on the boy's body.
Woo! Come on, let's go.
Bowl on my body.
Come
right?
on, brother.
And it felt like she was waking up dormant DNA. Don't ever let nobody tell you that you got junk DNA. That's a misnomer. How could your DNA be junky? You know what I'm talking about? It felt like she was awakening some of my DNA.
The great awakening.
Putting a sound bowl on me.
Come on, brother.
I had some THC. She had the CBD oil before we began to, you know, put me in that type of healing mood. Then she hit me with the ambiance, everything, the aromatherapy, the music, and the lights were low. The sister is beautiful. So that also helps. And
no, absolutely.
I'm appealing to my brothers, right? And look, Pink Pill could testify. She got her hand massage, right?
Come on.
Didn't you get your hand massage? How did it feel?
Good.
How did it feel?
Good.
What did you feel? What was you feeling when she was massaging your hands, though? Like, was you feeling like lighter?
Yeah.
Come and testify, young lady.
Come on.
You was feeling what?
Lighter.
And what?
And
When you was in Melanin Monday, at what point did you even like? Did your mind drift somewhere else? You know what I mean?
it just somewhere else into the calm world of my hand, relaxing and massaging.
That's right. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're gonna book you for the infomercial.
That's right. Salute. Well, salute. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that.
All right.
The princess gave her healing testimony. Come on. Hey, wellness salute to the prince.
Like you
Wellness salute to the young empress, Red.
Yes, thank you, King. And to be honest,
hey, Red, our brother sent us an updated flyer. Look, check it out. So this is the updated flyer. He added brother
Billionaire PA is on it.
Chef Aki.
Oh my goodness, Chef Aki is there?
Yeah, Chef Aki's there. So
let me say something. Like, we can't do 2 days in Puerto Rico, brother Oraji. I looked at that date. I was looking at it to be from the 12th to the 21st.
Come on, Professor X. Let's
Professor X.
I'm calling you.
Yeah.
I'm totally everybody community. I'm calling up in the Marvel universe. I'm Demon Red Pill Professor X because he's projecting the next flow for us. What are you seeing, brother?
I need those days to stretch. Look, the reason why I forgot to even say.
Okay, brother.
One of the reasons why when Araji reached out and was like, "Yo, elevation." One of the reasons why I hopped to it and was like, "Bruh, I am there like swimwear," is because I forgot to mention the first elevation in Brooklyn
was lit. I wasn't there, but I saw the footage. It was lit, brother. I saw the footage. The vibration was on high. I mean, I saw the footage.
Man, oh man.
I felt it through the screen. I felt it through the pictures. I felt the elevation in the ceremony through the photos, brother.
Look, Queen of Four, She set it off. Mama was there.
Oh, Ashe.
Rain, Sister Rain was there. Chrisette
Hadia,
Michelle.
was Hadia there too? Hadia was there
Who?
too, right? Hadia?
Hadia was there.
Okay.
Chrisette Michelle was there.
Woo, come
Um,
on.
who else was there? A sister by the name of Jasmine. She was there. I'm
Mm.
talking about it was lit.
High level.
High level, bro.
Woo.
And you know, I was it's called elevation. And the way that I walked out of there, I was purely elevated after that. So leaving the concrete jungle, getting off of the grid, getting out of the city, because I've often said this, nature, nectar, NTR,
Come
right?
on, brother.
Nectaru. How can we experience the nectaru or nature in a man-made contraption called a metropolis or the concrete jungle or the city? That's not, that's made, man made that, and man is an extension of God, yes. But what about going where God utilized his paintbrush? You know what I'm saying? Which is in
Come on.
nature. What it
Come
was,
on.
which is in the rainforest, which is in the coral reefs, which
Come
is
on,
in the
brother.
tropics. That's where nature. If you want to experience God, why not go to His garden? Why not go to where God
Personified.
exists? God exists
Come on.
in the tropics. God exists in wherever nature exists. The
Come on.
rainforest. You go to Brazil, you go to Peru, you go to Jamaica, you go to Trini, you go to Africa, you go all
Wow.
around. That's where God is, because that's where
Come on.
God has. That it's not touched by man.
Magnified. Come on.
Magnified. So when they say return to the source, I'm identifying that as the source. There's many different sources, but I'm gonna at least go to where it's not Tulum, Mexico. Shout out to Secret. They going to Tulum this weekend.
Woo. Come on.
I might be a
Come on, brother.
stowaway,
Come on.
but the
I love
environment,
it.
DNA response to environment, right? They say, the rappers say, I'm a product of my environment. And that's when the spell that they put on themselves begin. No, your environment is a product of you. Okay, let's be clear. And DNA responds to environment. So if you're in a place that's a killing field, that energy is in the air. If you're in a place that's, you know, where there's this all of this suffering going on, homelessness, drug addiction, crime,
Yeah.
poverty, all of this stuff, it has an effect on your DNA and whatnot. You're
Wow.
gonna form an armor. Your DNA is gonna respond, and it's gonna create a wall around you. Your auric field is gonna be compromised. So when we go into nature, it's to clean our auric fields, it's to get into realignment, it's to ground ourselves, it's to get into the water, and it's to be around some beautiful people, because water rises to its highest levels.
Absolutely. And our bodies are 70% water. So when we truly liquefied, we're in harmony. We're in divine accordance.
That's a fact.
So to your point, beloved, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you really want to be in harmony with the planet, there's two abundance on the planet, Red. And look around. It's the greens and it's water. Ooh. So the more vegetation you have in your body, and the more water you have in your body, you know, rest in peace, our beloved Dick Gregory and our beloved Dr. Sabi. They talked about the chlorophyll. They talked about the water. You know,
Right.
so you know, so if you really want to honor Dr. Sabi and you know, and our beloved
Dr. Africa.
Dr. Africa
Right.
and
Dick
what I just
Gregory.
said his name, Dick Gregory, right?
Right.
You know, you lie bait. You know what I'm saying? Think
Right.
about them, and take a wellness action. You know, now don't just get it caught up in the algorithm tagging or hashtagging their work. Think about them and take a wellness action thinking about them. You know what I'm saying? And then you will actually you'll resonate with their spirit in action.
Right.
You know?
And to add on to what you're saying, I gotta throw this in there. Tomorrow in Atlanta, right here where I'm at, Atlanta, Honduras, 1266 Linwood Lane. We'll have an open house to the public, to the family that's out there to support me, Red Blue Pill, Mama Pill, KT the Arch Degree. We're gonna be doing a not Thanksgiving, but thanks to Dr. Sabi for what he gave to the world, because tomorrow is his birthday.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
You see how
Look at that.
2020 is set up? Yeah, 2020
Wow.
set up ill. We
Come
have
on.
Blue Moons, Friday the 13th. We got December 21st. We got all of this stuff, but Sabi's birthday lands on Thanksgiving. So
Wow.
we're gonna be
That's deep.
thankful. Right. We're gonna be thankful. We're gonna encourage the family. We're gonna be doing live streams from the house.
Yes.
We're
Come
gonna
on.
be playing never heard before audio
Lecture?
of
Okay.
Sabi. We're gonna be launching a new product in honor of him, and we're gonna be paying homage to all of the black radio stations, all of the black media outlets, all of the black newspapers who were instrumental in the 80s and in the 90s for bringing Dr. Sebi to the world, because they don't get mentioned. They're talking about YouTube these days. Oh, I found Sebi on YouTube. No, there was the Amsterdam News. There was Miss Jones, right? Because she was instrumental in bringing Sabi to the hip hop audience.
I say,
There
yeah.
was LIB. There was a lot of
LIB.
black, yeah. There was Bob Law.
God
There was a
Lord.
lot
Night
of
talk.
people.
Yep.
Yeah. So my Mama Pill, who got the receipts, and she was there because she was putting a lot of the lectures and all of this other stuff together. She's gonna be speaking life into these different people's families' names and
I
into their
say.
names, so we could uphold legacy.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So
I say. Yeah.
that's gonna be in Atlanta. If anybody wants to pull up, hit me on a
Red,
DM.
once you type just real quick, type the address so they can have that
Word.
in the and while Red Pill is typing the address, y'all can come out and pay your respects to Legacy Dr. Sabi on his birthday in Atlanta tomorrow. I just want to put the flyer again on the screen. We're doing the wellness retreat with our beloved brother Oraji Neferatum. This is Sister Rain, Red Pill and Blue Pill. Our brother Billionaire PA, Sister Chef Ike, Sister Karma Soul, yours truly, Mr. Medicine Man, SupaNova Slom. We're
Yeah.
aligning the wellness, holistic Avengers together in the spirit of elevation in nature. And we are doing a wellness retreat December 12th to the 13th. And Red Pill is fellowshipping with Araji to extend it. So for those that want that extension, make sure that you reach out to our inboxes and inquire about that. But we're forming this charge to give brothers and sisters tools in nature so that they can continue to navigate the chaos at a higher level and a higher frequency and be much more supported and encouraged to continue their wellness work. Because see, you have to understand, you know, the healer is the target in the next in this Aquarian age. They are doing so many things to target and to quietly snipe healers. Okay. And I'm not sure right before our beloved Dr. Sabi passed, within the 24 months of before he passed, there was all of these wellness warriors from all races just disappearing globally. Like folks that were doing revolutionary work, speaking against the algorithm and the corporate power for 30, 40 years. They just started slowly, disappearing and falling out, Then we lost our beloved Dr. Sabi and then other healers. So it's very important what Red was talking about as far as us fellowshipping together, charging each other, giving each other tools, and supporting each other in our community so we can continue to be fortified body, mind, and spirit, because that's the signs of holistic health. It's wellness, mind, body, and spirit, so we can continue to forge and do the wellness work at the high level in service of our people. So definitely, please, if you have the means, December 12th to the 13th, San Juan, Puerto Rico, we are fellowshipping, we are on it. And like Red Pill was saying, this is not only for the now, this is also for the COVID-20, for the next year, and us arming ourselves to navigate the chaos of this resurgence.
Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. Our time is running up for this segment right here. And
we'll be live again on my channel.
Right.
I said 10. Is 10 still good for you? Or what time is good?
Yeah, 10 good for me, King. I'll see you then.
So we're gonna be live again, family, at 10 o'clock. Come back if you want to fellowship with us and continue this wonderful build. Me and Red will be talking about this amazing